Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of the Forgiveness Project by Marina Cantacuzino. Now, this is literally a project of a charity, basically a charity, should I say, and it helps people kind of deal with kind of like grief and stuff. But in this book, it kind of sums up all these different different things that have happened to these people and how they've chosen to forgive that particular person. And we're not just talking like you're easy, like someone's just, I don't know, like someone's just, I don't know, stolen your boyfriend or something. We're talking like serious acts. And this book I found really, really good and really compelling. Sometimes, so this isn't specifically like aimed at like Christian people of Christians. There's many people with different religious beliefs or no beliefs whatsoever, but I do recommend Christians read this, just because I feel sometimes what the church lacks is when it comes to forgiveness, they will always talk about, obviously you should forgive because obviously Jesus has forgiven you, but sometimes that isn't enough. And forgiveness actually helps with you psychologically, which this book talks about with these stories. These people have said that they feel this release and the reasons why they've chosen to forgive, because forgiveness is a very, very, very bitter thing, and it can really cause issues in your own mental health. But yeah, this is, and which I've said the church doesn't necessarily always focus on that. They like to focus, because we should forgive because Jesus has forgiven us, that's 100%, but also again with some things that has happened to us, sometimes that is just saying that isn't enough. But these stories do really help if you are someone who struggles with forgiveness. This is a really good book, and as I said, it talks about the extreme. So if you think about it, you can't forgive somebody for them doing the like slightest thing and think, well, this person's forgiven this group of people because of what they've done. It also goes into stories of of people who have caused hurt, and how they've realized how their causes hurt and how they've forgiven themselves, because sometimes we can do things and we actually struggle to actually forgive ourselves as well for things. So it touches on that. I will say there was one story at the end which you could tell she hasn't fully forgiven what had happened, because hatred and forgiveness can't stay in the same spectrum. That doesn't work. But basically it's about this young girl who unfortunately she was brought up about, obviously with the whole kind of extremist kind of thing, and she decided she wanted to go to this point, and this Muslim girl, she was like 15, and she just froze. Obviously this is with Israel, and she just completely froze, but obviously because of what was going on, they thought she was a suicide bomber, so they shot her, and it was a whole thing. And she said, you know, the whole thing of forgiveness, but she says she still hates the Israel army, and it's like you can't do two at the same time. So anyway, I thought I'd just mention that one, that hatred and forgiveness can't be in the same sentence. But it's really good because it goes through how they kind of struggled with it, and how some of the stories in here, they're still kind of sort of battling with it. Like it's more like first steps, because with forgiveness and with what these people have gone through, it's not just a quick fix, it is a journey to go through. And some of the stories as well, with one woman, how she thought she'd forgiven someone, but she actually realized she hadn't forgiven them. So it's kind of that step to take. But yeah, this is a really, really good book. I do definitely recommend it. I do recommend it, Christian or non-Christian. When you understand how forgiveness actually gives you clarity and kind of frees you from the chains of hatred for somebody, you'll realize actually how forgiveness actually is therapeutic for ourselves. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one. So basically, yeah, that's it for this review. So bye guys.